Hello and welcome to MK's Painting Hour, starring me, your host, MK. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to paint a friend. We're going to be making a friend on this canvas today. Now, as you can see, I've started out with a base tone of black. This is because we want our dear friend that we're going to make to shine through, sort of, like a light. Now, started with all your basic colors here. I got some black. I've got some white, you got your yellow, your blue, your fumes, toxic fumes color, and your red. Now, first we're gonna start with some white. I got this kind of brush, kind of a longer brush, bigger brush. Now, we're gonna just block in a figure here, yeah? Block in, use some strokes. We're gonna make a face shape here. Make a nice little face shape. Sometimes you just gotta let your hand decide how your friend is created here, right? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. And you're gonna block in this shape. You're gonna block in this shape. And make it nice and even. Because that's how friends do. Make it nice and even, right? And the face will be the main focus here. We're gonna focus mainly on this face here. But if you want, you can give your friend a neck. Yeah? Just like this. You can switch up your... Always turn this on when I'm down here. Executives hate when I'm down here. They never fucking listen to me. They never listen to me. Always turn that on when they hate me making my show down here. That's none of our business though. That's not for our show. So we keep painting. And we're gonna make this neck. And we're gonna, give our friend a little bit of a body. See, I can't get this to balance. You might see me adjusting it a little bit. Again, the executives, they don't like me. They don't like me making my show down here, but what the fuck else am I supposed to do down here, yeah? No? So we're gonna keep going. We make do with what we have. That's my life lesson for you. We make do with what we have. Isn't that the best part of being an artist? So we're gonna adjust that. We'll fix that up. We'll fix that up. Bad setup or not, we need to make a friend. So we got our base of our friend down, yeah? Got our base friend. Look at that. Look at that. So now we're gonna wipe off our brush a little. And I think we're gonna start to show it, bring in some light shapes around the friend's face. Now faces, you can see how the light hits right around here, the highlights up here, and maybe some down here. So we're gonna do some of that for our dear buddy here. Yes. We can also highlight these shapes with some black. We go back in with some black. Bring out the shadows more. That will also form our face. We're gonna make the cheeks upward, like smiling. Because I love it when my friends smile. How about you guys? So, here's my tip. You can bring in some blues to make your shadows more dynamic. So we're gonna bring in some blues and just start kind of bringing out those eyes. Yeah? And we'll give our friend some eyes, don't worry. Our friend needs to see it, of course. So we're gonna just give our friend some eyes there, yeah? And we're gonna start blocking out where the mouth will be. And this is very rough, you see. But we're working with acrylics, so it'll dry easily and we can detail some more. So we're gonna go in with some more blue. Let's highlight our buddy here, right? Bring him out with some blue around the canvas. Just make it more lively. Let's get out some white. Well, no matter, we can paint over that. And it'll just be a nice spot of blue, won't it? Maybe our friend likes blue. Our friend likes blue. So, now that we have that, we're going to take a second actually. producers warned me that I was running out of paint, but did I listen? I never listen. That's a me problem. So, let's see, where are we now? Let's put this big brush away. And let's start going in for some more details. Let's take this brush now. And let's go in with some more shadows. And I'll bring in some black. I'm just going to start with a pure black instead of anything tinted right now because I want to get those very harsh base shapes down, yes. So, we're going to start locking in where those eyes are. Yeah, you see that there. There, aren't you looking handsome already, buddy? There we go. And we give our friend a big smile. Because what's more important than a smile? I think he's going to have his mouth open a bit wider. A real big smile. I don't think anybody smiles big enough these days. Not at me, at least. So look at that. Look at that. See that? Look at him. He's looking lovely. And we're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna work some more on his body. Bring out that shape there. See that? Where's neck is? Bring his body more. And drop droop off this side there. Like a little friend of that is very coming out of that background, you know? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get him out of this painting. Trying to make a friend, not just make a friend. You know what I'm saying? So, once our friend is good and outlined, and we have our base shapes down, we can continue working. What's next? Let's actually give him his eyes, huh? We're gonna start with that. Let's get a lot of white here. Now look at that. Let's add some more white to that, so I can really see. Well, I can't see yet. He doesn't have his irises or his retinas. Those are important to seeing. Trust me, I know. So, but we will let the whites of his eyes dry for a little bit. You know, as we work on other parts. Let's see. You know what he's missing? Our friend here is missing a nose. Silly me, right? So we're gonna take some of this paint and we're gonna give him a nose. You know, I've learned that some type people, they can smell emotions. They can smell emotions. Like our friend here. And our friend here can smell that you're uncomfortable. But he doesn't care because he's our friend. He loves you either way. He's gonna love me either way. Isn't that right, buddy? That's right. Now he can smell. Look at that. Give him some more nostrils there. And you kind of blend that into the shadow of the nose. Especially in this harsh lighting that we're depicting him in. It's important to get that shape of the nose, the sort of shadow that falls down under it. As well as the sides. It all kind of works together in a shape like this. See? Like that and that. And it blends down to the nose, which blends down here. Which works into the lip, which works into the mouth. Faces are all kind of one big flow. So now we're going to keep working on him here. Let's see here. Isn't he looking lovely? You know what we need to do? We need to add some more life to his face. So I'm going to use some yellow mixed with some red. Just a little bit, just a touch of yellow and red mixed together. Finally, they showed that off. Every time I reserve studio space down here, they throw me down here. But they know I'm down here and they know I'm making my show. And every time, that's neither here nor there though. I'll save that for MK's Rant Hour, coming on in, what, 2 hours after this? Anywho, where was I? Ah, mixing yellow and red with some of the black and some of the white in order to create a nice shadow color. And we're gonna use that to sort of add some life to our buddy's face here, yeah? I think that needs a little more red, don't you? There we go. I find it important to use a lot of colors, as many colors as you can in your work. I find it adds liveliness to it that just simple monotone compositions will not have. I typically try to use the whole rainbow in my pieces. That is, even if just a little bit, not the whole thing. But in this, like I showed you, we use blue in the shadows. We're using the red and yellow to warm up his face. And we'll use green as a sort of in-between tone of that. Kind of use the rainbow as it goes. So, you know what, let's do that now. Let's add a tad bit of green, you know what, mixed with some red. We're just gonna brush around here. We're gonna blend that in a little. It's a little too harsh for my liking. And we're gonna get some blue in there too, you know what? Get the whole rainbow in there. Jazz that up. We're also gonna add some detail to his face, like some eyebrow lines. Maybe a little wrinkle above the nose. Holly jolly old fellow. A little chin, a little line on his chin. And look at that. Oh, can't forget to even out his neck and sort of to upper chest here as well. Don't want him looking uneven. Well, now that we have this, I think it's time to get into some final details, such as, let's start with his eyes. Now, I think our friend here is going to have some lovely green eyes. That's what I'm feeling, at least. It's what sounds right. It's what feels right. I'm going to mix with some yellow with some green to liven up and brighten up that green. And we're going to just go in here and look at that. It mixed my colors aren't fully mixed, so they're making this kind of nice concoction on that page. That's adding a really nice depth to it. We're going to go in there because I put water on my brush, so it is a little watery. We're going to mix that color again, a little brighter this time. We're going to go in there and we're going to go over that. Just like that. Very handsome, sir. Very shiny green eyes. Isn't that nice, folks? There we go. Let's get that green off that brush. We're going to take a little bit of red. Just a little tiny bit. Because their eyes always have red around them. They are an organ after all. We're going to use that red and we're just going to drop some in around his eyes, huh? It's muddying them a little, but... So I'm going to go in with a bit of a darker or deeper red so I can undo that muddying. There we go. And let's add some red in his mouth. He will get teeth, but first he needs gums. Isn't he looking lovely? His eyes aren't done yet, though. He needs some pupils. Then he can really see our sins. Be real careful with this, real direct. That second one didn't have enough paint on it, so we're gonna go back in. Just gonna drop that on in there. There we go. Isn't that lovely, folks? Drop that right back on in there, and I think we're ready for the finishing touch. Some teeth for his lovely smile. Now, let's see. Some of that white left over, yeah. And we're going to just start giving him teeth. We got his teeth down here. It's sort of flat, because if you have your mouth all the way open, sometimes the teeth will appear flat due to the angle they're displayed at. So we're going to take that. His teeth also don't have to go all the way around, because if you have your mouth open, the teeth will sometimes visually look as if they're just kind of going back in there, you know? See how his lips kind of coming up? Obscuring those teeth. Some might come around the other way, though. I think those ones would all show, though. Maybe your friend has some abnormal teeth. And now, I think I'll add a little more highlight. I mean, the lighting in here, as you can tell, it's pretty bright on the faces, so I like to brighten him up a little. You know, just a match. So it really feels like he's here with us. Now that's what I'd call a friend. Now, if you've been following along at home, let's all take a step back and marvel at our friend now. I don't think he's really smiling. He doesn't look like he's really smiling, does he? They never smile at me. They never fucking smile at me. They never fucking smile at me. They never fucking smile at me. God damn it, cut the camera!